Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house, and we got a big lineup today. We've got a pretty big lineup, so I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to be talking about, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to do a stock market review quickly, and then we're going to get into PulseChain and talk about LibertySwap as well. We're going to talk about SolidX and XGame. We just saw some bit of drama in the old SolidX price just before the live stream, and also we're going to go to X1, XDex, and Bridge. Jack Levin doing an X-Space just only a few hours ago. And so we've got a lot of big stuff happening in that space we're going to talk about too. Obviously, Gladiator Games has also got tournament number 5 coming up this weekend. I think it's about a day away, something like that. We're going to check that out as well. So we've got lots in store today. We're also going to talk about the big whale that was selling out the PulseX sacrifice whale. Looks like they're almost out from what I can see. So that is kind of cool. But, of course, it's pulled the chart down as well on PulseChain. But PulseChain is on extra bonus discount now. You can thank, I guess, the sacrifice whales for that. And pick up your main bags, as it were. Pick up your main bags. So very, very exciting. I'm just going to pull up one thing here first before we get into the show details. And let me just scroll down here. Just having a look here, what else we got on here. I think that was it. So let's go into that. I'm going to pull that up as well. All right, so let me make sure I've got my order in place here for everything. I think we're coming up to that one there. I think we're going to talk about that. So let's see. I think I'm all set. Make sure I'm all set there. Yeah, I think. Oh no, that's supposed to be further down here. So I don't know how that escaped. It escaped, guys. Let's see. I guess I can fix all that stuff up later on. All right, let's get into the stock market. We've got a few people in the house. Don't forget to share the show on X. Definitely share the show on X. That is the link right there. Really, really helpful. And just take a moment to do that. We got Sean in the house there. SolidX XGame is more fun with your hands in the air, says Sean. Yeah, apparently. Good to see you, Sean, as always. Morning team. Big shout out there. Let's jump into the stock market news quickly and see how that's going. And we got the S&P 500 closes lower as traders digest the Fed latest updates and, of course, earnings as well. Now, we've got the Dow Jones there, of course, coming off all-time highs, is down 0.5%, 243 points to 46,358. Got the S&P 500 down 0.25%, 18 points to 6,735. Tom Lee's target for the end of the year, by the way, is 7,000, so it's 265 points higher. NASDAQ at the moment is down 0.1%, 18 points to 23,024. But pretty much they're all, just off the highs right now. If you look at the Dow Jones on the chart, S&P 500, I mean, look at that. I mean, right, it looks at the top. I mean, when you look at it, so just off the edge a little bit there. US dollar has jumped quite a bit there to 99.16, up 0.5% on the US dollar if we look over the last year. So that's where we are. We have a bit of a comeback there in appreciation. And, of course, Trump there talking about a phased peace deal with Hamas, and that's good news. So all fingers crossed that it all goes through at least the first stage, getting hostages back, and that can dampen things down there. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what else. We've got commodities, $61.50 for West Texas barrel of oil. That's pretty much flat. Brent oil is down about 1.5%, $1 to $65.23. Gold right now, obviously breaking below 4,000. Obviously been absolutely doing amazing. It is at 3,988 right now. If we look at the chart, let's just look over the last month. You can see we're just off the high there. Let's go to the weekly chart actually. You can see we just come off the high there, but $4,078 or so. We're just off about $80 or something. But that is down today, $2. Silver at $47.53. has just come off its high at 49, which means it has made a new all-time high, $49. And so it is just off the high there at the moment, 47. So we're in record territory, even for silver now. Isn't that amazing? 2011, of course, was the last time. And it was about $48 something, $48.50 or something like that, $48.40. And so that's where we are right now. The commodities, pretty cool. And we did get a little bit of update there from the Fed. Williams, one of the Fed, I guess, presidents, supports interest rate cuts. So risk posed by cooler labour market could give the Fed more space to draw down borrowing costs again this year, according to the New York Fed President John Williams. But speaking to the New York Times, Williams added that slowing employment does not necessarily signal an imminent recession in the United States. I don't think most people are seeing that anymore. My own view is that, yes, we would have lower rates this year, but we'll have to see exactly what that means. So they're all just playing cards there. The risk that inflation got well above 2% and we didn't bring it back down would be very damaging to the economy. The problem is that they've had the interest rates too high for too long, so they've already damaged the economy, these idiots. But the good news is that that's being offset by Trump's incredible policies. So we already saw today from Treasury Scott Bessent that at least from the government's part of the economy, we've got a lower deficit compared to GDP. So that's a really, really milestone there coming out of the Treasury Department. So pretty good there. But we'll need to do it in a way, and that's a counter recessionary in that sense. So we need, and they've done it in a sense that's not recessionary. But we need to do it in a way that does our best to minimize the risks of the labor market cooling more sharply. Now, obviously, employment's very important. If you've got a moving into recession in the country, you're going to feel it pretty quickly. It doesn't take too long to feel that. So that's kind of where we are right now. Just having a look at a few of these other comments. So let's see where the Fed rate monitor is right now on the interest rate cuts. Well, we're watching pretty closely in crypto. And of course, Richard Hart watches these very, very closely. 29th of October is the next meeting, 2 weeks and 5 days and 9 hours away. 98% of the market still expecting a 25 basis point cut. Now, interestingly enough, in New Zealand, we just had a 50 basis point cut, and they were brutal. They raised our rates so high here, and our economy is struggling. It's in decline, really. Our whole society is in decline. But, it's all these policies, for the most part, are completely avoidable. But we have I'm just going to be frank. You guys know I'll be frank. I'm going to be Paul or Frank. I don't know say. But we've got idiots, decades of idiots. I mean, honestly, it's mind-boggling how many idiots. And we've got idiots that vote in idiots. So what can you do? You got a whole ton of zombie society voting in one extremist to another. So we either have a socialist government, which wrecks everything, gets in debt, all the rest of it, wrecks our country, or we get a globalist government in that wrecks our country. I mean, it's just one after another, decade after decade. We've had this since at least 1987, but particularly since the late 90s was a really turning event, I think. And so it is what it is. And of course, America's had to face that too. So yeah, it is what it is, as we say. It is what it is. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now with the stock market. Let's go to crypto and talk about that too. So don't forget to get in the chat there and say hello. Hey, where's my chart gone? I don't know why this is probably because it got someone else's chart in it. Let me have a look. Yeah, it is. I think it is. So we're going to get rid of that. Bam. Am I there? There I am. There I am, Sam. Where am I? I don't know where. This screen's gone really. I'm going to have to go back to this screen. I don't know what happened there. Whoa, I've lost my whole world's gone, disappeared. Where are we going? All right, let's try this one more time. I think we have to use the middle screen until I fix that up. But here we are with the crypto market at the moment, 4.23 trillion, down 2.1%. So we've had quite a few days of green. So when we get a red day again, it's kind of shocking. But we've got 19,148 coins on CoinGecko. Bitcoin at the moment coming back 1.4% at 121,700. Ethereum down 3.3%, 4,377. BNB, which has been the talk of the town, number 4 here, actually down 3.9% today, $1,255. Incredible performance from BNB. So you see, of course, enjoying himself. XRP at number 5, down 2.9%, $2.81. Solana at number 6, down 3.5% at $221. We've got Doge at number 8, down 3.1% at 25 cents. And then Tron there at number 10 is down 1.6% at 33.6 cents. So that's where we are right now. But Cardano is actually down 3%. So look at that number 11, separating itself from Tron a bit more there. Best performer still overnight, I guess, is Bitcoin. Yeah, it's only down 1.4%. So that's the best performer. Last week, of course, is still BNB up 16.4%. And I mean, that stellar performance by BNB has been incredible. So $1,256 right now. And look at that chart. Look incredible there. That's the max chart there on the old BNB. You know me, BNB. Where's the last... So this is the last bull market here, right? So we've got up to around about $654. We've come all the way down 2023, October. So a year later, we were down at $212. And now it's rallied pretty much all the way up here to record highs. So pretty crazy stuff there. In fact, do we have I think we do have the all-time high. Yeah, $1,330. That was 2 days ago. So it's 5.6% down on that right now. $1,330. So incredible results there for BNB. The rapping team, the BNB. Hey, Blair, good to see you. Hi, all. Good to see you, Blair. All right, so that is the BNB, the standout. And, a lot of, there was a little bit of talk about people from Solana flocking over to BNB, chasing the green candles. But you can decide. Top performer in the top 100 is Zcash. And that is at number 51 right now. Best performer for the week, though, 59%. Mantle at number 31 is the second best performer, up 21%. We got, obviously, a BNB there as well, number 3. And number 4. So we've got Wrap BNB and BNB. And then number 5, there's OKB, up 9% for the week. So there we go. Those are your top performers. If you need any of those, you'll still be pretty happy in the top 100. Top 1,000, we've got Railgun. And we've got Pomato and Zora right now. So those are doing pretty well. We'll have a quick look at each of these. They're in the top 1,000. So Railgun there is 291. And it looks like it's got a bit of a moon candle going on right now, to say the least. So it looks like it's jumped from 91 cents to $4.49. Not sure what's driving that, but it's on Ethereum. And it's on railgun.org. Let's have a quick look at that. So let's quickly see if it hopefully renders in time. On-chain ZK privacy on Arbitrum. So it seems to be having a pretty good day right now. I don't know. You have to check the X count if you want to see what's driving that massive pump. Perhaps they might have some explanation, but that is pretty big pump there. And what else is there? Pomato, number 2. And top gainers in the 1,000, sitting at number 998. So it's just moved into the top 1,000. Pomato up 210%. And it's only been around since October the 9th. So it's just been around for about a day. And it's sitting at 3.6 cents right now. It's on Solana chain. Pomato token looks like a bit of a meme coin, doesn't it? We'll have a quick check. Let's see. Hopefully it will render. Rendering. Come on. It's not rendering, guys. Oh, there it goes. Web server is down. That doesn't look good. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's happening there, but you can decide. All right. So let's jump over to Zora. And Zora's, I'm sure it's been around for a while. Number 238. Yep. And it has been around since April 25. It is on a nice little jump right now from 5.6 cents to 8.6 cents. It is on, I'm not quite sure what that symbol is, but it is, if you guys know what that is for a chain. What else we got there? So it's got this sort of website here for Zora. I guess it's sort of a meme community, is it? A social community. A little bit hard to tell from there. Let us know in the chat there if you know Zora. I know Zora the name. I just haven't really looked at the project. But it's at number 238, so it's in the top 300. Those are top gainers right now. In terms of trending, Undead Games, SX Networks, and Plasma are trending on CoinGecko. So that's pretty much the market right now. 4.24 trillion, down 1.8%. Bitcoin at 121,700, and Ethereum at 4380 right now. So that is the mark. That is the mark. In fact, I didn't bring up the strategic reserve. Let's bring strategic ETH reserve up there, and I'll talk about that. So do we have any updates? We do have actually a bit of an update there. October the 6th, we had a Bit Digital bought another 30,000. That's interesting. So Bit Digital there is sitting at number 6, and they've just increased to 150. So they would have passed Coinbase. They would have passed Coinbase, and they pushed Coinbase down. So Coinbase gone down now. And so, yeah, pretty big deal, 30,000. PulseChain Sacrifice is down 5.4. Yay, we made the transaction changes. everyone's talking about that $25 million, and PulseChain could certainly do with a little bit of a lift right now. That's people what we could say as well. What's up? Frank's saying Pulse is 32% away from the new all-time low. Yeah. Well, we had the sack whale selling out. I think the rest of it had $1 million of Pulse, if I remember rightly. So we're going to look at that in a minute. But anyway, PulseChain SAC is on the move. Everyone's talking about where's that, what's going to happen with that Tornado Cash and the official bridge, and we'll keep a track on that. And then the Aave DAO is increased by 3,000. So Aave DAO, they're increasing now. But PulseChain SAC still sitting at number 5, 160,900 ETH still there, sitting at $700 million. So it's an interesting number, that number there. So, we take the number 5,400. 5.4, I guess, divided by, let's add it to the 160, 160.9, 160.9. So that was, what the hell? I don't have no idea why that does that so much. The calculator just does all sorts of things on its own. Does it on its own. It's so annoying. Annoying. All right, so it's either annoying or it's me that's annoying. One of the two. 5.4. So that is 166.3, which was the number that we've always had. So let me just add that to the mix now. So we 5.9 gone for Tornado Cash. 5.4. What am I saying 5.9 for? This calculator's just gone psychopath. This calculator's gone psychopath on me. All right, so I don't know, 5.5. Did I say 5.9? I don't know. This is crazy. Let's just do 5.4. That's close enough. And then we divided. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? Oh no. What's going wrong with my calculator? It's gone insane. All right. This is hilarious. Let's see if this works this time. Okay, it kind of works. Right, so it's about 3.3%. So there we go. And so just shaving a little bit off the top there, moving it around. Everyone's waiting to see what happened with that, and of course, PulseChain could do with a little bit of uplift. And of course, we did have the interest rate cuts, right? So we know Richard likes that, and that may have probably triggered something there as well. All right, let's jump away from that. So that's kind of where we are right now on the overall. So I think that's enough of that. We're going to get into PulseChain. BB says XGame dumping the chain. Yeah, we've got a lot of drama on with the SolidX XGame just for the live stream. So yeah, that's definitely happening. I knew I shouldn't have trusted them after the 9-inch scam. Shame on me, says BB. That's from the 9-inch. Well, the funds were on 9-inch, but wouldn't they move to PulseX V2? I think the funds have moved there, but we did have a big sell before after that. So we'll have to see what happens there. Keep the good work, suit man. I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, we're going to get to there now. So at the moment, we got PulseChain is at day 881. So the 30th of May, 2023, we had PulseChain launched, and we got Pulse right now at quadruple 0295 and down 7.43% right now. So yeah, we've got a few things happening. We had obviously the PulseX sacrifice whale. I think it had $1 million of Pulse. So that's I think moved some of its transferred into ETH and moved that out. Some of it at least. Still got a little bit left from what I can see. And also we've got drama happening with the SolidX and XGame with some big sellers there. So yeah, we're going to check that out in a minute as well. Most of the funding was on 9-inch, which is obviously controversial with that team and behaviors, and also moved over to PulseX. So we're going to check out that. And David seems to have moved, the main capital moved into PulseX, which is what I've always said it should be, right? I said capital should be on PulseX. So it looks like that is the case. It's been boosted there. So we got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0295, down 7.4%. 7.43%. I can hardly talk today. I don't know what it is. We got PulseX right now at quadruple 02, down 5.7%, and the buy and burn at 7.85%. Incentive token at the moment, $1.25, down 5.6% as well. And we've got Hex at the moment at 0.63 of a penny, down 7.7%, and the EHEX there actually scraping off a little bit as well. Although it's still up pretty significant, 0.26 of a penny for EHEX there. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at just below 0.9 of a penny. and that's where we are right now. So another discount day on PulseChain in October. So if you ever thought you could get it better, there it goes. So we have got very thin liquidity on PulseChain, and that's been intentional, right? We know that's intentional from Richard Hart. So we're getting the shakeout happening. Another one. DGN's in house there with the 555s. We've got lots of love as well. That's all you can do. Cup half full on the way. Let's jump over to the rest of the stats. We will get to the markets and check out SolidX drama at the moment and XGame happenings. Of course, XGame's been one of the top performers. We're expecting it to launch very soon as well with the public testnet coming. So at the moment, we've got 972,000 beats right now, 1 cent for a PulseXSwap, so pretty normal range. Valid is right now 53,210. So that's gone up about 120, something like that, 120 since yesterday, I believe. We've got the bridge right now. Let's have a look at that. So bridge is at 109.5 million. So we're going below the 110 mark. And as you guys know, we have been losing stablecoins and ETH, and we lost a bit more today probably. We've been having a lot of negative bridge flows. Let's see. I got my snapshot though. You guys know my trusty snapshot from the 8th. So that's 2 days old now. And let's see where we are. So ETH 2 days ago was 6,180. We're at 6,158, but we'll probably lose a bit more today, is my guess. So we're only down, 20, 22, but we might lose a bit more today. Let's do it, the holder account. Let's have a look here. We got the stablecoins for 20,582,000. So we're actually up on the die, guys. So that's the positive news at the moment. So what's that up? About 80K, something like that, about 80K. So that's good news on the die. USDC was 866, but we're down in the USDC quite a bit, actually, $270,000. So, those two net out there. So we're down about negative 190 on those two stables. USD Tether was 5.4. We're down at 5.2. So we lost, maybe 180K on there as well. So how's that math work out? Maybe around about 400K, something like that. Is it 400K? Yeah, maybe slightly more than that. It's down 400K in 2 days. Bitcoin is also down. Bitcoin is also down. What? Bitcoin was 25, now rounded at 24. So we're down on there as well. So that's where we are at the moment. Let's have a look here. All right, so that is the chain right now. We've got Izzy in house there. You guys are delusional, still speaking positive about PulseChain. This is the 50th shakeout with 0 gains ever. Yeah, well, it has been pretty full of black swan events and grey swan events for sure. But of course, we're back in Richard Hart on this one, Izzy. And the chain itself is not going anywhere. It's just ticking away there. All right, so let's check this out. We've got lots of teams building. All the pump mentals not really changed. We do have thin liquidity, and we do have people playing games, either selling out or whatever, doing their thing, chasing majors. Lots of things happening there. All right, let's jump over to some of the news here. Some of the drivers, obviously CryptoSolve here, pointing out some of the drivers that are going on right now on PulseChain. We've got a large Pulse and PulseX sacrifice wallet is out for blood today. That was obviously what we had, was it about a week ago? 8 days ago. And of course, that was number 18, I think it was, on the PulseChain sacrifice, and number 58 on the PulseX sacrifice. About $6 million they had for that originally. So they're pretty high up on the sacrifice list. And we had about, in PulseChain, we had about 90 accounts that did over $1 million in sacrifice. And for PulseX, it was about 110 that did over $1 million. So there we go. I think it was about maybe around about 10 that did over $10 million on both chains, maybe slightly more for PulseX as well. So that gives you some sort of idea of the size of some of the sacrifices. Obviously, we always talk about the top ones, 1 or 2, like Rack and Michelle's Consortium or Hex Godwell at the top, on number 1, number 2 on both Pulse and PulseX sacrifices. Gives you a bit of a breath there. But we've had, different numbers, number 7, different numbers of stuff like that. So we've got a Choper in the house there, Firewall draining a lot of our peoples, including Pump. Wait for DA, wait for damage to finish. There's a Choper there. That's from a Troper. What else there? Izzy says you're literally sitting at negative 90% for 4 years. Well, we know that, but we also had the SEC over the PulseChain from the 31st of July all the way through 2023, all the way through to the 7th of July 2025. So, not many chains have had to deal with that. Obviously, XRP and others, but that got defeated. We do know that there was going to be a lot of volatility. Richard likes to let the weekends go out. So we just have to be a bit more patient to that, and that's all we can say. All right. A trade will wait for the damage to finish. That's right. All right. So let's get on to it. So that is the update that we had, of course, 8 days ago. And it looks like we got an update today from CryptoSolve. He's one of our 3 analytical influencers. This is completed the exit today. No more RH assets to dump. Another necessary capitulation if you want to see higher prices. Q whinging and crying from grown men. So there we go. So there we go. But we did have Wolfer said, asked the big famous question: how many of these serial dumpers with 7 figures on RH assets are left? And I just gave you the breakdown of the original sacrifice numbers. CryptoSolve says less than before. The list of definite dumper wallets we track is getting pretty short. The charts hurt more due to the current liquidity setup, and of course we've not had that liquidity set up since PulseX got the incentive token cut and the liquidity routed and making PulseChain a pretty thin liquidity environment, which means that it can go down and up pretty fast with this a modest amount of capital, let's say. But we expect that's somewhat intentional. And of course, want to sell here, enjoy the crap prices and a lot of slippage. So there's always a down zone, right? There's always a down zone. And we're pretty much at the end of, since we had the 7th of July, we're pretty much 3 months later from that. So this is kind of when things actually get interesting, right? In terms of the upside of the chain versus finding, these sort of capitulation events here now. So from now on, particularly that we're in October and in a bullish Q4, let's see where we go from here. And of course, interesting enough, we had the PulseChain SAC there, moved that 5,400 ETH, $25 million around. We already got the other 4 million, I think, so sitting for the last couple of months, sitting on the chain as well. So we'll see what happens in that space there. We always get that bottom event, don't we, before we get up into finally move up there. So we have been free from the SEC for 3 months, and that means we've got a chance for the chain to actually go up to the right. So we'll see. We're back in some of the moves there. All right, so that is from CryptoSolve, so a big shout out to him. This is the account that was referenced originally 8 days ago for the whale, and you can sort of see it's still got a bit of ETH in there. So it's still got 50 ETH sitting in there, $220,000 so by my account, and still 21 million hex there as well on the ETH chain. That's not on PulseChain side, and that's 55K. So it's still got a little bit of money there. So we'll see. They will no doubt leave the chain, is my guess. And of course, we saw that the funds that went out earlier today, about 9 hours ago, from that same whale, 50 ETH already went out, so 215K. So it looks like it's still got 50 left by my account, based on that original account there, and that's gone out. A few moments later, whale sold my hex there. So is that the great thing there? This character here says, smart guy, instead of earning 9% APY on PulseChain, is going for 4% on Ethereum. And that's a good point, right? Good point. So, maybe they're going off to, I don't know, buy a house or something. Who knows? But they definitely left the building. Is another sacrifice wallet. I think it was number 18 and number 58 or somewhere in that ballpark on the old PulseX last time I checked. So I did check the wallets a couple of days back. Right, so that is some of the updates there from that catalyst. But we do have the markets right now. So we do have 19.9 million in volume, which is, pretty decent compared to what we have had recently. We've been down at 12 million a lot of times, and occasionally up at the 18 to 20 million mark. And here we are on 19.9 million, so just under $20 million in volume today. We've got 327 transactions. Can't hardly speak today. Don't know what it is today. Something in the water. But we got Shadow. Maybe we should have a drink. Have we got enough drink left? Yeah, maybe we should have a drink. So we've got Shadow right now. So this is part of the RSI ecosystem. It looks like it's another ecosystem to burn RSI tokens. So Shadow has been launched, been around for about nine hours, and it's the top performer today, up 90%. So part of the RSI. So there we go. So ticking away there. We'll have a quick look at, I guess we'll look at the Pulse pair. It's got the biggest liquidity. And it's my preferred pair to look at. So look at the hours, been around for 9 hours, did I say? Yeah. So had a nice little rally out the top there. 00038 now to 36. So we'll see. It's another token there. I think it's got taxes. I think it's got a buy and sell tax, buy and burn the other RSI token. If you go to the website, you'll see in the X account, you'll see that's all related to the RSI. We've got Pepe Meme Coin today. Now it is up 23%, particularly the peer versus XGame, and Pepe Pulse is up 18%. So Pepe, the meme coin, doing pretty well. We've got Northman taking the other side. So we've got a couple of people with the downside on PulseChain in the chat, and we've got Northman coming in on the upside there. 100x soon, says Northman. Keep a lookout for that. Right. Yeah, we know with the liquidity at the moment being so thinned out that, big sellers can pull the chain down, and we can also, modest money can push the chain back up again too. But you want the guys that are going to shake the chain out to get out first, right? That's what you want. Brennan's in the house there. Welcome to the blood chain, says Brennan. That's a new phrase, blood chain. All right, so don't forget, if you guys are watching, don't forget to share the channel around. That's the link there on X. It really does help a lot there. So get out and just hit the repost button. Much appreciated. All right, sharing is caring, as they say. What else there? We've got Vouch right now. So Vouch is the number one validator on the chain. It's up 12%. So there is some good projects, some good news. And it looks like someone 2 hours ago thought it was good. He bought 5.5K worth of Vouch. So yeah, number one validator on PulseChain. Sort of, is this a sovereign put, as Tom Lee would say? Is that the name? This is a sovereign put. Number one validator on PulseChain, and apparently they've got plenty of Pulse to go and stake some more. Every day you're not staking is missed yield on your Pulse. Start staking it. Start earning in minutes with Vouch. Set it, stake it, and stack it. And it's protocols like Vouch. So yeah, we get our dumpers. Yeah, a sacrifice set is it can be a handicap on the chain with all those sacrifices. But we do have a lot of value creating, anchoring kind of protocols. So it's not just one way or the other. We do have Vouch, and Vouch is getting bigger and bigger. It's accumulating more Pulse and putting more validators in there. It's sucking more supply out. It's playing its role in anchoring the chain and giving people a good earnings opportunity. So Vouch is doing its part from that point of perspective. So it's ticking away there. Sell it, stake it, and stake it. So if you want to get a mature chain, you want more people, sinking the supply, just like we're seeing with the strategic ETH reserve over on Ethereum. Those guys are buying the ETH, they're staking it, and they're going to earn big incomes out of it, right? And they can bigger than a lot of stock market companies, and they can just get a multiplier on their income and value the company up. So it's kind of the idea there. And here with Vouch, they're doing pretty much, a pretty, I wouldn't say exactly the same, but they're pretty much, staking the Pulse and getting validators up and running, as well as, paying out good income. And they've also obviously got a reflection token on there as well, with 5%, I think it is, feeding it as well. So double income on the Vouch. So pretty good setup there. And so they're doing their thing. So that's Vouch. It's currently up off the bottom there at the moment. So it was down at 3,600, now at 4,600 with the zeros in front. Right, so we do have pump size SolidX. So obviously there's only 1 billion on any pump tires, and SolidX for Firewall is up 6% today. So not facing the same issues as some of the other tokens right now. We've got Trump Official. Been around for 7 months, and that's up 5.5% as well. Another pump tires there. Another alternative Trump one. Of course, we've got two main Trump ones, I think. XGame Pump Peer is still doing okay. That's up 5% there. Alpine Pulse at number 12, up 4%. Swords on Minimal is going to be the standout right now, and this has all that big buying power from the corporate. But of course, they can move this chart up whenever they want. And at the moment, the last couple of days, they've definitely been moving that up there. Look at that. So it's moved from 4,200, 4.2 cents, I should say, to 4.7 cents. So only tracking up there nice and slowly there for Soil Sun Mini Mill. All right, Staked ETH is slightly green as well, at number 14, up just over 0.5%. And we also got Fetch there, the Oracle. The Teller Fork, right, is up slightly as well. But apparently it's not adequate for quite a few other applications. So, I don't know who's actually using. Anyone know who's actually using the Fetch Oracle? I guess you could go there and maybe able to see, but I know it's not adequate for PUSD ALGO. They were still waiting for Signum Oracle to launch. But I also heard a little birdie say that there was something else happening in the background. So I just don't know what's happening with that right now. So, this is what it is. We do see Jacob in the PUSD ALGO chat there. saying that they're still waiting on Signum. But then I heard another little birdie tell me that they had something else in play as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what is actually happening there. You know, people say certain things publicly, but they're also working on alternatives, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Stuart is working on Tetra, and those are two pretty important things. Hopefully he'll get it over the line. Apparently they're only working on the user interface stuff, but apparently it's taken months to get it over the line. I know it can be complicated, some of those things, but yeah, it just does seem to be taking quite a while there. All right, so number 16, we're slightly out of the money there. Surgical trainers and everything else is in the red right now. We've still got the main XGame price still looking pretty strong. So XGame, so we're talking about that, is still sitting at 2.2 cents. So looking pretty good there. Looking like we have a bit of volatility today. Let's have a look at that on the hourly chart. Yeah, look at that. The last couple of hours there, we had a sell down on SolidX and then a pump up. They moved their capital into XGame there. So we also had some sellers in here as well. So a lot of drama happening here with the old XGame there and the lead up to the launch. Lots of games are afoot, guys. Lots of games afoot. Now, we do have the SolidX Pulse pair here. It's at $4.94. So let's have a quick look at that. And this is all going, look at that chart. What the heck has happened there? That is high drama on this chart. Look at that thing. Now, when I wrote the title to the live stream, I think, I'm not sure what it must have been at the top of this chart or something when I looked at it, because I was like, oh, well, SolidX is pumped, and so I wrote the title. I wrote it in the title, the live stream SolidX and XGame, and then as I was about to start the show, pretty much I think around that time, just before starting the show, then I see this volatility in the chart. I'm like, what the hell? What the heck? I mean, look at that thing. Welcome to volatility. If you don't know what volatility is, that chart is volatile. Damn, it's volatile. Northman says we need a trading DEX on PulseX like Asta on BNB. More transactions, more burning, says Northman. Hey, look, there's lots of devs out there doing lots of things. You just never know. I think we are expecting at least another 1 or 2 DEXs coming on, but to compete with PulseX is another thing altogether. Brennan says Trio N-Stake is coming up next. Trio. Okay, so the Maximus products from Dipcatcher and Goldkey, Trio is the 3-year one. So the N-Stake is coming up next week. Just a reminder for people. So that gives you, I think, a 2-week window as well for the X to be for you to restake it, or to put more hex into restake for 3 years and get the Trio issuance. I think, it's got all that sort of play in it. All right, good reminder there, Brennan. A really good reminder there. Presumably, there's still a massive discount on the longer time frames. Maybe not the middle, maybe the 7-year one. But that's definitely really interesting. You can get some really good really good hex, especially at the current prices. Surely, Brennan, on those longer term, if you're patient, if you're looking for the long game. But anyway, so what the drama in the old SolidX? Look at that thing. What the hell? What the heck? And look at that thing. I'm not sure what to say. That's crazy. Now, we did have one count. One count in particular was selling this down. So I don't know if anybody knows who that account was, but we did have that. Let's go to the US dollar here. I don't know what amounts we should look for, but maybe we'll go to 5K. Let's see what 5K there. Is that too much? Well, it was one of the other peers, isn't it? I think it was one of the other peers that was being sold down on or something. But normally it should route through all these, right? So not 5K doesn't seem to be the right level there. Let's go to 2.5. And not even that one's coming up with the right stuff there. Let's go to 1,000. Maybe it was one of the other peers. I saw all the drama, but I don't think it was on this peer. This is not really helping much. It's all green candles, isn't it? Green candles. So I don't think it was this peer, the trading peer. It doesn't appear to be. But we had some big ones there. So let me get rid of this. I think it was on another peer there. But anyway, let's scroll down here just briefly. Not much routing through this peer. This peer is on 9-inch, right? And I sort of suggest I don't really understand why the liquidity is sitting on 9-inch and it should be sitting on PulseX. As presuming that presumably Firewall controls the majority of this liquidity. So anyway, it is what it is. It's getting a pump back. So I got pumped suddenly. It got pumped from $5, went all the way to $7.67. then went all the way back down, got sold down to $4.03, probably by one account, is my guess. And then it's pumped all the way back to $4.93, almost where it started at, which was $5.05. So, wow, crazy, guys. So that is SolidX. Let's quickly go to the X count. I don't think they're going to say anything on this, normally market commentaries or anything, but that's what happened there, and I'm sure people will be analyzing it to see what's going on there. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. No real update. We've only had positive updates here from SolidX and XGame because they're getting ready for the big game to launch. So this, sometimes you do get these volatile moves of people repositioning, but it is pretty bizarre. You got this move up, and as someone said earlier before, often Firewall does come in and do some things there, like draining certain pools and setting new pools up if he's changed his mind on where things should be. So that is true too. All right, let's have a look at some of the other pools, see if we can find some of those. And let me just do that in a moment. Take a minute to do that. So we're going to scroll back down here. So the main pool is this 963K pool. It is on 9-inch. I did see some other ones here before because it looked very different when I was looking at it earlier before the live stream. So this one here is on PulseX V2. This is currently got 487K liquidity in it. And it doesn't, unfortunately, we don't have a real liquidity adder on here. Yeah, so we had this big volume in here. Look at that. So I think most of the volume must have gone through this pair, no doubt. This is on PulseX here. And it went down to, $4.10, now at $4.93, but it was all the way up at $4.78, $7.88. So at least one or two key players there playing games. And Firewall probably in the mix there. That's crazy. All right, I'm just trying to have a quick look through it now. I don't want to go all the way through it. It's the last couple of hours, right? So I'll be sitting there scrolling a little bit. What else? Now we're going down a little bit further. EHEX right now, 6,500th of a penny. Man, what a pickup right now for the old PEX, right? Isn't that crazy? So it looks like the SolidX drama is basically almost over with the old price pump and dump and pump. Pump, dump, and pump. I don't know. What are we going to... The 3 Ps? I don't know. 3 DPs? I don't know. We're going to shut up today. Man, I'm having a rough time today, man. I don't know what it is. I'm having a rough time. We got P2C, the grays right now. It's down 9.6% at 0002. So this hasn't really got out of, out of the dome now at the moment. It's still holding that sort of support, I guess, above 000 1800, let's say, as a rough number. It's still at 0002, and it's still obviously way up from where it started, but it does need to hold that 1800 mark, doesn't it? Very much so, and it has had resistance there and support there. So yeah, it's still above that right now. RSI is still not oversold yet, and I just felt like I think this is probably going to recover really nicely. But I did feel that the vouch did take a bit of the. That's my view. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. I think the vouch really did take a bit of limelight there with the big validator income and the tax income. It doesn't have the locking and all this sophisticated stuff as I see, but it does have validating. I guess is the alternative. I'm not sure what Prairie Banana has said about P2C in that context, so I might need to go and see what he's saying about it. But if you guys have seen any Prairie Banana stuff on P2C, let me know. Frank White in house there, bang, Pulse Gang. A big shout out to Frank White. Good to see you. If you guys are watching, don't forget to share the show out on X. It really does help a lot. Just smash that out there. That'd be really, really cool. What else there? We're gonna Teddy Bear says if you check Almighty Wallet, he received $100,000 of Nope before the crash for free. Maybe this coordinated and they are all in together. Hey, look, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, Teddy Bear. It's definitely possible there. But I'm not. It's trouble. It's difficult for me to search all that stuff online because you make too many checks. But I do appreciate that. It's quite possible. There's quite possible they'll be doing a lot of rejigging before the launch coming up as well. So we may get a bit more drama before we get some up into the right candles, let's say. All right, so we'll try and find out as more information on that as we can. So that is P2C the grays right now, one of our blue chips, right? So Vouch at the moment, it's right at the top here at number 9, eating the lunch, up 12%. What can you say about that? And we saw some mini melt as well as the other blue chip, right? So that is pretty much it. What else have we got to say about this going down? So Hex is a bit of a deal right now. PTC the Greys, arguably not quite there yet for a deal, but what's the RSI? And that support around 1800. Unity is just adjusting. So Unity from cryptographics is just adjusting to supply, and it's got to run its course, right? So let's have a quick look at Unity. And so it's in phase 2. These are my phases. I call them phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hashtag copyright. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. But it is 91 cents right now, and we're expecting it to stay at 53. So phase 2 runs all the way through to day 89. From my assessment. And so we're still just in that second phase. And so as supply comes out, the price needs to adjust to the downside. And we've already seen that with Taurus, right? Taurus is around about 9, 10, 11 cents. And that's adjusted to, the max staking price. So this will do the same thing, but slightly different because it had slightly different adoption and profiles and stuff. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Liquid supply, only 6,500 tokens, so still on the low side at the moment. But it's doing its thing. And of course, with PulseChain down, its values are a bit less in US dollar terms. But let's have a look at the creating at the moment. 900% for creating, and staking is 4,100%. So staking there looking very good. Already flipped on the old staking to get rid of coin supply. So you got staking being the ideal. You got burning with the buy and burn and the buy and build still operating away. Several $1,000s, no doubt. And then you've just got to run the course there all the way through. So until phase 3, day 89 to day, what did I say? About 110 minimum, but probably 120. Phase 3, and then phase 4 is just maturity phase. And we'll see how everything goes from there. Cryptographics are probably like, where's this guy get these things? Where did he get these ideas from? No, just kidding. All right, so but there we go. So we're jumping down here, and we are waiting for Cryptographics. He's got this other project to be launched, right? Which is going to be really bullish for both of these, and we've got NFTs in there. So we will, we wait for that next project, no doubt. He will launch it at a pretty good time. Pretty smart guy. So we'll see. What else? Brendan says, just waiting for Wiki to sell before we start heading back up. That is awesome. That's awesome. That's classic. That's classic. All right. Hey, look, I think I'm going for a haircut today. What do you guys reckon? Yeah, it's time for a haircut. I'm going to try and venture to do a haircut today. Wish me luck. We got heaps of hairdressers now, as you guys know why we get heaps of hairdressers, right? But none of them can cut hair. None of them can cut hair. It's horrific. We get like all these hairdressers pop up, and you guys know what I'm talking about, and none of them can cut hair. And if you go in there, you're risking your life as well, let alone cutting your hair. So it really is sad to get a good hairdresser. It's a bit sad for the blokes these days, I would say. Anyway, what else we got down here? OG Web Chef, which had been doing pretty well, is down today. We're down 13% on that. Zero Trust is down 16%. Sparta down 16%. Peacock. Now, Peacock was up the last couple of days, of course. Why? Because we've had the big, Treasury announcement, right? So it was up quite a bit there. I don't know why it's still looking up here, but they've got some really weird things happening with this chart, isn't it? No, that's a daily. Here's a daily chart. Yeah. So we had 2 days up there, and we've just come off 700th of a penny. So really good move there. Currently at 6,300 of a penny right now, and the RSI just cooling off there at 61. So the RSI was a bit of a tell as well. The only one that kind of was defying RSI was the old XGame for a while. That was to define the RSI quite a bit. But that is as we were right now on the old Peacock. And as you guys know, that brings us into LibertySwap, right? Which we've got on the title of the video, LibertySwap. So we're going to talk about that next. And we've got some little secret sources. So if people are looking for the upside, obviously we had some drama today with the PulseX sacrifice wallet guy, the SolidX drama we just saw in the last couple of hours. And now we've got LibertySwap. So LibertySwap here posted this out, the game October the 12th with just the Pulse guy. And they got this little video that they played. I'm gonna play it, but it's got a little music to it. But it's got this the Pulse guy, and he's driving along there. October the 12th coming up, and so yeah, what day are we on? The 10th here, but it's the 9th in the US. I always got to take a day off our time, but and he's going in there October the 12th on everything. Look, you got LibertySwap girl in there too. Did you see her? And you got the Pulse guy in here as well. So LibertySwap is up to lots of different things here, and I don't know. I just think that they have a direct connection to Richard Hart because they suddenly just popped out of nowhere. They're going to suddenly bring 30, 40 chains online. They seem to have all this intonation with Richard Hart, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. We know that Rack and Michelle was talking about making. We know Rack and Michelle was talking about making, Bria the number one meme coin. So presumably, I don't know whether they're still going to be doing that or not, but they, if LibertySwap's Peacock, if they're going to make that the most number one meme coin on PulseChain, and people chase big meme coins, don't they? Lots of capital flows. Then we'll keep a lookout for this. But obviously, LibertySwap recently they announced at the top here, they announced their treasury, right? The Peacock treasury, which was a big deal. I mean, they're putting a lot of their resources in it as well, right? So a lot of that stuff. And of course, they said funding sources, a fixed percentage of LibertySwap trading fees will be automatically allocated to the treasury wallet. Additional income streams from bridging fees, validator rewards, and affiliate revenue. I'm not sure about affiliates. Have they got affiliates already? I don't remember seeing that at all. So that looks like new. And team-led funding activities from outside of PulseChain. What? So a couple of new things there from what I can tell. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And you got this little ecosystem map here, little partnerships and adoption ecosystem map there. That was from the Pulse crypto market. So some pretty interesting things happening there. And yeah, we've got the treasury account there. Let's see what's got in there right now. Should we be nosy? Have a look at what the LibertySwap treasury's got in there right now. It's got nothing. Oh no, it's got $24,400 at the moment. So what's it sitting in Peacock? So it's buying the Peacock up there. 2.88 million Peacock so far, and now there's a billion, right? A billion. I don't know if they've burned any. I don't believe they've burned any off on the Peacock. We saw Bria earlier burn another 80,000 tokens or something. So Bria is getting slowly burned off a little bit. So this is kind of where we are right now on the chart here, and we'll keep a lookout with what LibertySwap is doing and the treasury, as that's given it a bullish look. But we also saw some teasing from LibertySwap and the Pump Tires account, which I don't think is the official one. But they were talking about what Richard Hart posted out Peacock right now. I don't know whether it was just a moonbag. But I take it a little different when LibertySwap's backing it up. Like if it was just any other account, I'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. Everyone says if Richard Hart posted this, then it would mean. But when you got LibertySwap there responding, I'm like, nah, is there something else behind this, right? Because LibertySwap's always teasing something and then something they announce or launch something, right? So it's a little different when LibertySwap, I think, gets behind something. But maybe I'm buying into conspiracy there. Maybe I'm buying into a conspiracy, which I try to avoid. But we had this just a Pulse guy thing pop up here, October the 12th. Not exactly sure what the association is there, but it does happen to be this. So I think this is what it is, because Carl X goes the Wrapped ETH Pulse pair before the 12th. So you remember they're going to be launching this, right? Their big upgrade they just did earlier in the week. So Wrapped ETH Pulse, and they go, yeah. So not just stable coins, right? But Wrapped ETH now. That's pretty huge. So yeah, these guys there. So yeah, Carl's excited too. PG channel, right? So I can't say these words, and I don't like saying these words anyway. Or was it the 11th? very likely the midnight of the October 11th. I like that. That's pretty funny. So what's going on? Richard Hart says just the Pulse guy to that video goes that we need a clue. What's all this, and why is there Pulse can store Pulse guy mugs in this video? So we're getting all these little Blues Clues here. So let me know if you're good at riddles and working things out. Let us know, because Pulse can store there's laughing about that. Also, it's your birthday, of course, Richard's birthday, right? And then, of course, PDI conference tomorrow, Saturday. What's October the 12th? We need answers, Richard. Is this all a coincidence? My head went from decentralized me into the October the 12th chat. So, no, you guys let us know what you think's happening in the space. But is it bullish for PulseChain? That's the question. So yeah, it's the wrapped ETH Pulse is definitely a bullish thing for PulseChain, but is there something bigger afoot here on the 12th? So let me know if you guys have been keeping tabs on that. I thought I'd bring it up just for interest. We obviously have, I don't know if it's this related to this PDI conference, which probably is if decentralized me's in the chat there. Then it's probably all around this PDI thing. 24 hours from now, the first PDI conference begins, the 10th of the 10th. So that's 2 days earlier, right? We would like to take this opportunity to wish Richard Hart a happy birthday. It's kind of a bit weird because of all the things you've said about us. That's pretty funny. But either way, I want you to know that we love you and respect you, and thank you so much for creating the blockchain with the world's largest free airdrop. It has given us life and birthed a unique community like no other. Whatever you feel about us doesn't change how we feel about you and the sacrifices you went through for this blockchain. I hope we can make you proud through our strength. And that's the very least we can do there. So the PDI conference there. I don't know. Is Somi obviously decentralized me as a big character in that space, but is Somi going to be there as well? He's kind of like the lead influencer in the PDI community. And of course, he had a bit of drama. So we're no drama channel, as you guys know. We try to do our best to not be a drama channel. But they had a bit of drama there with Maddie Allen, I think, and Somi there around some sort of certification PulseChain conference badge or something. But yeah, this is a conference coming up, and I think it's pretty bullish. I mean, to have a PDI to have their own conference, they are one of the largest communities on PulseChain and most active. Brendan says, "Yes, sir. Somi will be the first speaker." Are you on one of the discussion panels, Brendan? Brendan's our TA guru inside the Discord. He'd be a very good asset there on the old panel discussion. Brendan says, "I need a haircut as well, Super. We should get a 2-for-1 deal." Yeah, but you're in Australia, Brendan, and you're in a location where you probably got good hairdressers. We've got people that you might feel like you're going to be. You may not come out of the hairdressers. What's that old show? What's that old show? What the classic show where what's it called? That movie where let's not even go in. It's too dark. We're trying to be a happy channel. Brendan says, "No, I'm not." Lol, says Brendan. No, you're not. Yeah. We got Tam Tam in house. Hello, my lovelies. Always a pleasure to have Tam Tam here because Tam Tam is crushing it out there on X with the X Spaces, covering all the PulseChain and Hex basics. So it's really good to see that, Tam Tam. Everyone is watching and appreciates it. In fact, as I said, in the monster thread, look at how many of the ladies in PulseChain are leading the way. They really are doing incredible, and it's truly great. Truly is great for PulseChain. So big shout out. They are crushing it. Come on, guys. You guys can get out there. Follow the lead. All right, so that is pretty much it right now. We've got some good stuff happening there. The PDI conference is going to be something. It's about to start. It's going to be entertaining. Are you not entertained? And of course, Betterbank came back, right? So should we talk about Betterbank quickly? So Betterbank, of course, takes PDI, and they came back with, I think it's Wildlands, is it? Wildlands. So that's kind of cool news there. But I don't want to get away. We're going to come back to the PDI thing. But yeah, looks like Alpha Baller says PulseChain pump loading. And we've got LibertySwap reposting that 3 hours ago. So yeah, we've had the drama today, but sometimes out of drama, the phoenix rises, right? Sometimes out of the ashes, the phoenix rises. And so we may very well see that. Brendan says a believer's cycle. It's a believer's cycle. It is indeed. So yeah, out of the drama, we see the phoenix rise, and it can all happen like that in crypto. You guys know that crypto is wonderful because it can be the worst place in the world in terms of markets, and then suddenly, bam, God mode candle. Could happen. And of course, we should ask Richard himself if Richard was only here. If Richard was only answer the door bell. Whoa. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Is there Richard here? Richard, are you here? Let's see.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
I like that guy. Happy birthday, Richard. Happy birthday to you. I wish I had a happy birthday thing on here. Maybe I do, but definitely happy birthday to Richard. I think it's the 9th, right? The 9th, which is still in the United States time. I got a snapshot here of his birthday. Or somewhere I've got a snapshot. Where is it gone? I have a snapshot of his birthday. I do. I'm pretty sure. And where is it? Where's it gone? I'm sure I had a snapshot. Where'd the snapshot go? Maybe I put it in the bin accidentally. My bad. It's bad. I posted it somewhere. That's what I did. I posted it somewhere. I've got it in. It is in here. I posted it, so I didn't need to have it anymore on my desktop. But Richard's birthday. Happy birthday to Richard. Yeah. What year was he born? Was it 77? Was 77? I've got it here somewhere. I shouldn't even have brought it up now that I realized that I left it in. It's in Telegram somewhere. I put it somewhere in Telegram. Where did I go? I'm sure I put it somewhere in Telegram. Yeah, it's somewhere in Telegram, but I don't know where I put it now. But Richard's birthday. Happy birthday, Richard. Brennan says, I hope that clip is on the devices, says Brennan. Sent out. All right, so that's pretty much where we are right now. So LibertySwap up to some bit of an action there with the Pulse guy. And we've got the PDI conference. So we've got a lot of these things coming up in front of us. And we've got the Treasury, of course, the LibertySwap Treasury, and the old Peacock there. So yeah, we're going to keep a lookout for all that stuff. Is keep tabs on that, and that's why we talk about it, right? That's why we talk about it. Let's go to the PulseChain. What am I looking on it right now? Oh, that's the Libber there. So we got LibertySwap down there. It's taking a bit of profit taking, down 15% on 24 hour, but up 9% on the last hour. For invested down there too, $5.83. So that's kind of where we are on the marks. Let's see how SolidX is. That still recovering. PHEX right now, a nice discount, 65/100th of a penny. SolidX there getting back to where it started. A couple hours of drama. Holy heck. Just what it is, I guess. Yeah, look at all those pairs that's popping up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs. Now, obviously, with PulseChain down, that SolidX is tied to PulseChain a lot. It could really, really moon there. But I still don't see why they got liquidity on 9-inch. I know you get some DEX diversification, but I would probably just move that over to PulseX. It's up to him, of course. It's Firewall, and we're a big fan, but it's just what it is. It is what it is. All right, so that's pretty much it for the markets. So let's get into some of the other stuff we've got going. Gladiator Games, which is the breakout game on PulseChain, our first fully operational top tier game. Now we've obviously got Mafia out there, but it's not fully launched yet. It's like 90% of the way. But obviously people can go and play, and it's got lots of amazing things on there, and the big vault, of course. But Gladiator Games is fully launched and rapidly opening up new features and new game things as well. We did an amazing live stream last night. If you did guys see it, I did a second live stream with Jason from Gladiator Games, and we went through the tips and tricks on how to do really well in the tournament. And I think we're going to do more of that, because I think that was really, really insightful, helping people, get the cheat sheets, cheat codes, is it? Cheat codes to winning. And of course, there's big prizes. So $1,400 in prizes this week for tournament number 5. Now, this is 80% higher than last weekend. So the game is going from strength to strength. The more players that play, the bigger the prizes will be. It's as simple as that, right? So to make gladiators, it's free to make them. But of course, you've got to, go out there, hunt for resources, craft weapons, or if you want to, get there straight away, you can go buy them on the market. It's kind of the idea. You got to upgrade the skills of your gladiator. So there's everything that you could imagine is in the game, and there's lots more coming. I think one of the things that's coming down the road is Senates. The Senate is coming, and another one is coming is guilds. Fighting guilds are coming as well. So pretty cool, and we've already seen a number of innovations this week with project teams and things like that. So there's lots of stuff happening in the old Gladiator Games. Now, tournament number 5 starts. There was a tournament on, I think, the last couple of hours. I think there was a tournament on for Radon. It's a sub-community. They had their own project tournament there. But the big one is coming up at 5 p.m. CST time, 10 p.m. UTC time. The Gladiator Games tournament begins. And it's $1,400 in Rome prizes, 20 winners. It's actually 25 winners, actually, because you've got the, unless he's changed it, but don't think it's changed. It's got 25 winners with 10 in-game assets, so 15 to 25, I think, in-game assets. Every fight powers Rome through the buy and burn as well. So as you're playing the game, it's constantly buying and burning Rome token and things like that afterwards. So after the game, the tournament's finished. So every week it's basically pushing the Rome token up. That's kind of neat. The voice chat will be live. The battles will be epic, and the prize money is the biggest yet. Are you ready to fight for glory? So that is the website there right now. So pretty cool. And you can see some of the gameplay promos there. Got lots of people into that. So that is coming up. I'll post a link to that in the chat there. In fact, let me Okay, let me post another chat there. Let me pull this up. Just one moment. Why am I doing that? I'll just give you the link. I'll give you my link instead. Now, referrals went live yesterday, so I might as well give you my link. That's all I'm thinking now for Gladiator Games. Just on reflection there. Bam. All right. Do it loud. All right. So if you want to join the game and get in there, I would strongly suggest checking out the video I did yesterday. But if you want to join Gladiator Games, then you can join with this link. And there are referrals now. So if you tell your friends and they play, then you can earn 5% of what they spend for the first month. So there we go. It's a great way of getting some gold and can pay for your upgrades or anything else. So that is it there right now, Gladiator Games. All right, so kind of cool. That is out right now, and you can hit up the post there on X. So that's on X there, Gladiator Games. And I might as well go to the show there, and I'll post it on the live stream there as well for people that are there. Bam. Gladiator Games. Join Gladiator Games. You're doing this live. Yeah, I know. Doing this live. All right, so that is bam. All right, that is Gladiator Games. So get into it, folks, and we'll see you on the battlefield. I will be there, and my player is going to be called Galactus. So if you've seen Galactus, you're playing against me. Yeah, that's right. Galactus. You know Galactus in the movie? Big super being in the MCU universe. Is it MCU? I think so. So kind of cool. That is coming up. Now, we're switching away from PulseChain. It's time to leave. We're going over to X1 chain. So we're going to talk about that next. I hope you guys enjoy it. How are we doing for now? An hour and 6 minutes on the hour. We're doing a great show today. I was only going to be streaming for like 20 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. But it is fun times. So let me just switch away. And if you got any comments, get them in the chat. I really appreciate that. And don't forget, we've still got a big section here on X1 now. So it's not going to be a comprehensive update, but it's going to be a quick update. Because I haven't finished listening to all the updates about it. So I have a general idea of what they are. So we're doing our best. All right, so let's set this up for the XDex. Have I got the X1 chain? Let me make sure I've got everything up here. Let me go to X1. I realized I just haven't got one thing I haven't got up, so I'm just need to go check that. I think this is the one. X1 chain. Let me see here. Mainly, I think this is the one I'm after. Yeah, I just wanted to find this website. I didn't have it up and running. But let's do that. Let's pull that over there. I just closed down something that I wanted accidentally. It was an accident. Let's see if I can find it there. I pulled it back up. We're saved. All right, we're saved. All right, so I think I've got everything just about there. Let's move that around as well. And I think that's the one that I was going to be talking about. So let's do that. All right, I think we're good to go on that reset. So here we go to X1, guys. Now this is the largest fork of Solana. I think it might be the only fork of Solana, but it's got all the bells and whistles here from Jack Levin, the vampire, as I always say. I don't know why I like saying that, the vampire. Now this time he's vampiring the Solana. He's vampiring Solana this time. But he's been spending a couple of years on this with Sun Tzu and the team, working on building out X1 chain. And it's pretty impressive. Like they're ramping it up, just like PulseChain had to ramp up. Had a few little issues at the beginning. While X1, you've got to ramp it up too. You've got to get the validators in place, and at the moment it's been incredible. 487 validators, so it's doing very well indeed. Got to get that all run up there. They also have to be careful about staking distribution, making sure it's distributed correctly, and they have rules in place to make sure you don't have 51%, I guess, kind of a tax or something like that. And they had a little bit of drama overnight, but it looks like they've got that moving forward again. So as far as I can tell, everything's looking pretty good. All the validators are operating, as you can see. Look at them all validating now. And of course, many of them are on the validator reward program. And at the moment, the only XNT coins are held by these validators, right, from the validator pool. And so it's a closed system at the moment, right? So no bridge there yet, no bridge to the chain. You've got to be a validator, got to be part of that reward program, essentially. And all the validators are ramping up, 487. So it's kind of cool. You can get into their social media, into the X1 validators there to try and set up a validator. But I think the reward program had the snapshot on Monday, so not sure the difference between pre and post rewards, but that is what's happening right now. All right, so the chain is ticking away. They did have a big space X1 launch space and a 3-year anniversary for Zen. 3 years since Zen launch, can you believe it? Crazy. So they did have that on, and it's a big space there. Jack Levin jumps in on the first hour after 1 hour, so he's not in there the first hour, and he drops a ton of alpha around the second hour in the show. So it gives you some guidance there. I'll post a link to that if you guys want to check it out. But that was the X1 space, and it had Jack Levin and all the heavyweights in X1, including the influencers like Crypto Bra and Trees, I think, was in there. And they even had Trayvon. Trayvon was there as well, and many others. So it was quite a lineup there. So that is the X1 space. It's well worth listening to. Like I say, from probably the first hour in. No, you can watch the whole thing, but the alpha coming from Jack Levin there. So it's kind of cool. Now, what else? We have, obviously, with X1 operating, as you can see, the next thing to be launching is what? What is the next? It's a closed system just with validators. They've got to get the blockchain running smooth. That's basically it. Make sure you got all the validators running, all the things that you expect to be running, and it seems to be doing okay and back up, moving on back on track, so to speak. So it's kind of cool. Now, the next big thing, of course, is XDex is being ramped up for launch. Now, XDex is pretty cool. It's going to be the big DEX, and as you guys know, X1 acquired XDex, and of course DGen as well, the launchpad. So this is huge. Jason is the dev here. We had Jason for Gladiator Games, but we also got Jason for XDex as well. So very, very exciting. He's now working within the X1 team, and he's got the XDex there as well. Now, I've been on XDex since the day one it launched, and on the testnet and testing, and it runs pretty well. They've been doing obviously a lot of upgrades and things like that to make sure everything is operating a-okay. And so that's been pretty good. Now, XDex at the moment looks like this. This is XDex. The testnet was running. I don't think it's turned off now because they're ramping up for the mainnet. Now that mainnet is live, they're getting ready for this. Now, this is the big part of the chain, right? I mean, validating at the moment is the only DeFi operating. But once you have the DEX, you can do all the things that DEXs can do. And what can this DEX do? Well, you can buy and sell different things. So swapping, right? So you can swap all sorts of different tokens on chain. So obviously they're going to have XNT coin, the main fee coin for X1. So people that are holding on to those at the moment as validators could sell some of them, right? Could sell some of them. And if you wanted to pick them up, you would need something already on the DEX. So if you've been doing Zen block mining, which is the proof of work side of X1, so the proof of stake side is the validating. So it's this side here. All the people are doing validating. Zen blocks, of course, is the which I think I've got that, haven't I? I've got that Zen blocks, haven't I? Maybe I haven't got it there, but I can pull it up. Let me just Zen blocks. Yeah, I've got Zen blocks Explorer here, so let's pull that up. So Zen blocks is the proof of work side, and this is what people are waiting for to pump up. Damn it, where's that thing? I think it's this one. And so this is the Zen block side, and so this is the proof of work side on Zen blocks, and you can see the leaderboard there. Zen blocks is the proof of work element of X1 blockchain, and so there's 346 miners currently mining XNM coin at the moment. There's 3 coins that you get out of here, the special blocks as well, and XUni blocks as well. So they're all going to have different purposes on the X1 chain. I think the super blocks that you get will have, they're very hard to get. They're like every 600 blocks or something like that. They will be like a multiplier for staking. Maybe if you stake the main coin that you get from Zen blocks is XNM, Zenium, and I think you can stake that for to earn XNT, which is the fee coin, which is pretty interesting. And I think if they do what they said previously, the special super block would be a multiplier of some sort for that staking. So we'll keep a lookout for that tokenomics when it does come out. And then of course they've got XUni blocks, which was going to be the main token for the DEX coming up, but now that they've got XDex, and XDex has its own token called XDex. Well, what's going to happen with XUni? So we'll find out what happens between that stuff there. I didn't see anyone particularly ask about that, but maybe they did in the space. I didn't see any of that though. So we'll see what happens in that space. So the XDex obviously going to be very valuable, and so will XDex. So XNT is the fee coin for X1. Now we got a little bit of hints around about how that's going to be priced when it is tradable. and they're talking about having some sort of floor price mechanism at $1, and I think they will be issuing some capital for that, and then they'll get the capital and support the X1 floor price for XNT. And apparently, the starting price is going to be $1, guys. So that's kind of interesting. And now it could ramp up to $2, $3, $4. So we'll see how that goes. They want to start the X1 chain value down low. They don't want a big pump and dump. So it's some of the logic behind that. So keep a lookout for that. Could be a certain bet, maybe. And if they're going to hold the floor price of $1, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, and it could be only up and to the right. We'll see. That nothing guaranteed, but that's kind of the mechanism that they got set up. They're pretty happy about it. They're also going to transpose that idea onto Solana as well, because obviously they're going to be vampiring Solana in a legit way. Right? It's DeFi after all, but that's kind of the idea. And so we'll see how that goes. At the moment, you can still do Zen block mining, and you can also become a validator. Those are the main two things right now for the X1. But the DEX is coming, and it could be within a few days. Could be in a few days. I'll keep a lookout for that in the terms of timing, but they are ramping up right now to get ready for that. Now they're going to have swapping, right? They're going to have liquidity pools. Obviously, people are going to be able to put stuff in liquidity pools. So, we have Solana too, right? Solana. And of course, they're going to be, X1 and Solana going to become best friends for life, best friends forever, BFFs. Going to be pretty cool. They're going to have farming, of course, so they're going to be able to farm. And you can see one of the peers here is XDex, XDex being the main coin for the DEX, at least at this stage. And you're going to be able to stake XDex, the main, token on the DEX, and earn rewards. So people will be after that. You're going to be trying to earn, more XDex rewards, so you earn more of the token there. They're going to have ValiStake. So ValiStake is basically going to be able to participate in their generally, I guess, be able to stake. This is on Solana, right? This is using Solana, but on X1 mainnet. These are all X1 terminologies, and so which would be XNT. You'll be able to stake with their validator, right? So they'll have a validator operating. In fact, it's on the list here somewhere. Down here, somewhere down here, and you'll be able to stake on there too, and earn some nice XNT, which are pretty cool, especially if they're trying to defend the price of the dollar. It'd be interesting. They've obviously got mint tokens. You'll be able to mint your own tokens, so pretty cool. So they've got a lot of launchpad stuff. So you'll be able to get on there and become an early player. Early players, if they do good projects, normally can become a pretty valuable player in a chains, particularly fork of Solana with all the bells and whistles, all the technology. So pretty cool. Launchpad, of course, is DGen, and DGen is already out. So DGen already works on Solana, but it's going to be on X1. So you're talking about an X1 Solana chain, pretty awesome. And at the moment, this is kind of the only token you can actually get, buy and sell, as far as I know. Obviously, there's X1. X1 has tokens on Solana like SolZen, which was pre-block mining. Also has Zencat, which is kind of the main meme coin. So those are all on Solana. I understand that they're going to be copied over to X1, so you get airdrop probably there. So that could be huge too. And those are kind of the main coins trading at the moment. There's obviously lots of other little coins out there that's been launched. But this is DGN. This is DGen. This is basically launch pads, but like pump tires or pump.fun. And you can see it's had a really big rally up here on the daily chart here, getting ready to rock here. So pretty interesting. Not sure what the RSI is like on here. So pull that up just to see whether it's getting a bit overheated here. Yeah, it's getting a bit overheated here now, 73. Might want to let it cool off a little bit there. But it might just moon even further when DGen goes to X1 as well, because at the moment it's on Solana. You can see Solana on there, but X1 as well. So this could be pretty huge, right? So keep a lookout for that. Pretty awesome. So operating on Solana already, but could be going, could be doing lots of cool stuff there. You can see they're going to have some pretty cool launches. You can launch on Solana called Chad launch. They're going to have Giga launch on X1. Not operational yet, right? We're waiting for the DEX to launch and everything else. And then, of course, they've got this dual launch, Solana and X1, so you'll be able to launch on both chains. So I don't know, guys. Could be pretty attractive for a lot of people. We shall see, right? We shall see, but could be pretty attractive there on the old DGen. And at the moment, that is trading at the moment at 1,400 a penny. So that is the play right now. So yeah, the validator is running. They had the big X space with the lots of alpha. I haven't heard the whole thing. I've only heard parts of it, so I haven't, don't have all the information there. But I'll be watching the rest of that. Now, ZenPub's the information site. They've been covering a lot of stuff there. So ZenPubs is definitely really good to follow on all things X1 and Zen. ZenBlocks is operating still. It's had 2 halvings so far, so we're on the third profile there. XDex is the next big thing. So this is the one you want to watch out. If you're not setting up a validator or trying to do Zen block mining, then XDex is coming up next. And this is when the real DeFi explodes. Now, it won't have a bridge. So remember, it's still closed. Now, this will be bridged in via Solana as I can see it. So the XDex to Solana should be operating. So I believe that XDex and the bridge to Solana will be operating. So this would be the way in, I guess, on X1. Yeah, I think that is the case. Just quickly checking on the XDex here. Let me just check that. XDex right now. I think that is the case. Yeah, I'm just looking at the devs update earlier. I think that was XDex will have a bridge and a cross-chain swap is in consideration. However, a bridge is 100% certain there. So it does look like Solana X1 will be operational once that DEX is there. Now, Jack Levin also had a discussion on bridges with X1 directly. So I think that's another issue. There could be another form of official bridge maybe to X1 directly. So we'll see how that plays out. So maybe the XDex will be the intermediary there. There's also a portfolio page where it has all the things that you have, whether you're farming, liquidity, mints, etc. Full operational DEX there, Solana, X1, kind of cool. And of course, people that will be over on Solana will be able to participate in the benefit of X1, right? And they have, I think, Eigen layer and other things like that people can stake and earn XNT coin and stuff like that. So that's how you bring in all that capital into X1 as well. All right. I think that the yield at the moment for Valo is about 24%, something like that. I think it's the play. So pretty exciting over there. Is that everything? Did I cover everything? I think I did for the time being. Without listening to the full X space, that's as much as I know right now. So hopefully that was helpful. Where's my studio gone? I lost my studio altogether. So that's some of the cool stuff happening there. Hexfader says PulseChain definitely not for everybody, so please get out before it affects your mental health, says Mikey. Yeah. Hexfader in house there with the big hidey highs. Good to see you, Hexfader. Big shout out. There is X1 is on the move right now. So we're excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. For those that also Zen. Let's have a quick look at Zen and see what Zen prices. Because Zen had a bit of a pump on some of the news. Now, Zen is going to, so we've got the DEX next, and then the pool party burns, I believe, a few weeks later. So we could see, Zen continue to rally to the upside. It's certainly got room, I think, on the daily. It's still got a little bit of room on the daily. It's sort of facing a little resistance here, but definitely this could be doing pretty well. Let's go to the weekly chart here. Weekly chart here. Well, obviously Zen's got plenty of room to look at that. 20, that's way oversold on the weekly there. Volume is still out. These have got to take volume into accounts, with new mints. And the life cycle is 8-year life cycle. I think we're almost halfway through, aren't we? So how far is that through? Yeah, 3 years. So we're almost halfway through the cycle. Remember, it's got this log scale. So it really does disappear pretty quickly once you get to halfway. Not a lot relatively new coins, but of course we've got all the existing mints still to come out. But that being said, it's bounced here a little bit, and we could see some big potential moves there with Zen and the burn parties coming up. Maybe he's kind of indicated a few weeks away, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. They want to create value on the chain first, get the DEX operating, get the Solana peoples in, see how that plays, and then of course then you can possibly see how the Zen tokenomics and burn parties will operate, and they were indicating a credit system at that time. So that's some of the overviews there, and of course it's another cool chain, state of the art chain really, and a Solana fork could be big deal, and launching at the right time in the market cycle could be absolutely explosive in value. So we're going to keep track of it. Pretty excited to where that will go. All right, you get the best of everything, I guess, in that sense. So we'll find out. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. How are we up for time? And now in 24 minutes, man, I've gone way over time, which is pretty amazing. Let's see. It's going to be a fun journey. Good times. Now, it's always good to have some diversification across chains, right? Have a good 3 to 6 chains at least in your portfolio, good times. But I'm always been a big fan of the what am I trying to say? The unicorn strategy. That's what I'm saying to say. The unicorn strategy, which is normally picking off a couple of really good projects and tokens and on chain. So that's normally the winning play. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun. You had fun. Hero says diversification is key. Yeah, you've always got to have some diversification. I would call it diversification of unicorns. Diversification of unicorns. There we go. You heard it. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And once again, happy birthday to Richard Hart. Congratulations to Jack Levin and Sun Tzu for the launch of X1. We've been tracking that. And what else? XGame coming, guys. Lots of drama but in the charts, but XGame is coming. And it's going to public testnet next. It's been a closed testnet, but it's going to public testnet. That's coming. We're also looking for Coinwell and Coinaki from Rack and Michelle coming in Q4, probably sooner than later, hopefully. And what else? What else can we say? Richard Hart's on the move with promotions, on the move with $25 million worth of ETH somewhere, plus another 4 or 5 million elsewhere. So yeah, we've got thin liquidity. We got a week hand out just apparently, and so could be game on from here and the rest of October. I mean, we've still got 2/3 of October to go. The 12th date looks interesting on the Pulse guy and LibertySwap. We've got new Liberty treasuries there. There's so much happening, guys. So I wouldn't we've got a nice little discount on the charts today. Hint, hint. So accumulate while you get these weekends and these when everyone's crying and moaning. It's a good time to buy, right? It's a good time to buy. That's all I'm going to say. Look for glory. Look for glory. We're still holding on to the same mega theme that we've always held on to, and it is some form of golden magic carpet ride as well. And let's not forget Sun Mini Mill's still sitting out there. They've got huge amounts of capital in their little buy and burn. And that capital comes over to PulseChain. So, we'll keep a look on there as well. But I need to do a full update on that. All right. Pump up the volume, says Blair. Pump up the volume. Hexwater as well. Woohoo! Let's go. Frank White says, great stream as always. I appreciate that. It's a buy opportunity. Absolutely is right now. Yeah. And I can understand that people, it's pretty, the sentiment there. But hey, look, it's always a buy opportunity, especially when you get an extra discount. That's all I can say. Now, not financial advice, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. But probably is your friend. Probably is your friend. I'm going to leave it with one more play out from Richard Hart because it's his birthday, and he can party if he wants to. There we are. Enjoy, guys. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.